Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21. It's now time for Misano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli for round 6 of our MotoE Championship mode. So here we go then, here in Misano, practice time, a track that we have absolutely dominated in every single class we have competed within this magnificent circuit, and I very much hope we can do the same here today. Now of course last time out, securing the World Championship in the Red Bull Ring of Austria was fantastic, but now it's a simple case of just trying to finish up extremely strong, hopefully take the 100% of E-pole positions, because every single race so far we have been in E-pole, and then from there try and take the 100% amount of victories available here this season in MotoE. Now as far as MotoE goes, I've really enjoyed my time with it, and I've only, 2 more rounds left, Misano 1 and Misano 2 for tomorrow as well. So you guys are going to have a plethora of MotoGP 21 content this weekend, from the hand cam a couple of days ago, to Red Bull Ring of Austria, Misano 1 today and Misano 2 tomorrow. Now bear in mind, of course, this is the practice sessions. The race will start tonight at 8 PM. That's usually how we do things on this channel here. So make sure you stay tuned as well for the Grand Prix tonight at 8 PM. And if you enjoy what you see, be sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing as well. We're now into the right hand side for Cavone for the very first time of today's Grand Prix videos. We'll be going into the right hand side once again, very close to the outside of the track there, going into turn 13, but now onto the rumble strip. Hard braking zone for the right hander of Caro for turn 14, up by 0.5 of a second or near enough, ahead of Mikel Pons' time of 1:43.481. Turn 15 going on to the left-hand side. Turn 16, the Misano corner to dip it into the left-hander. Looks like we're going to run it a little bit wide, but looks like we recovered it pretty nicely. And now full acceleration with power setting 3 enabled can only mean one thing. Across the line, we do take the top spot. So one of a couple of laps so far, already very promising. I'm pretty confident in our abilities here in Misano. As I mentioned earlier, we have dominated in every single category we have been in, from Moto3 to Moto2 to GP and now into MotoE. The 4 little diamonds of World Championships that we have coveted and craved have now been claimed here for Le Mans, but can it be claimed here in Misano as well? So up by 1/10 of a second into the first sector ahead of our own time, 2.5 cents of a second clear from Mikel Pons and Alessandro Sacconi in third place. Now Pons and Sacconi had a bit of coming together actually in Red Bull Ring of Austria last time out. A bit of a hectic crash on the journey up to turn 3. No idea what happened. It looks like the Sacconi touched the rear wheel of Mikel Pons. Mikel Pons was launched into the distance, taking both himself and Alessandro Sacconi out of the Grand Prix. But a first-time podium for Maria Herrera was a brilliant sign, and same can be said for Perellari for this season, and up by 1/10 of again is grand. So on the right hand side we'll go for Cavone once more. This lovely fast right hand. It's got to be brave going into that corner. 140 miles an hour on the right hand side of the tyres. We're now going to turn 12 and turn 13 respectively, for just a moment's time for 14 for Caro, as we brake extremely hard and extremely early for the right-hander of 14. We're up by another 1/10 of a second or 2, so it's going to be pretty promising as we get across the line in a moment's time, going into Misano. Here we go then, left boot will be sticking out any moment now onto the left-hand side, nice and tight to the apex, and bring on the acceleration. This could be an improvement of around 3.5 of a second, if not 4, across the line. Oh my goodness, it's a 0.4 of a second improvement. What a cracking lap is that one. Look at that, 6.5 of a second clear from Mikel Pons. Goodness me, are we going to see a dominant performance in the Grand Prix in just 4 hours' time? Let me know in the comment section down below what your predictions are going to be, and we'll soon find out in the Grand Prix itself. But looks like we're going to be doing another fast lap here today. So on the left-hand side, we'll go for the nice incisive lunge into turn 6. Don't run it a little bit too wide and touch the greens. Of course, lap time will be invalidated if you go off the track, so now hard on the brakes again. Hitting that rear brake as well, just slowing ourselves down into Quercia for turn 8. Nice and tight to the apex, and then bring it wide on the exit if you want to. That's how I usually pick up the speed. We're practically near or nearabouts exactly where we were on the previous lap, just to give or take a 30,000th of a second. It's a very consistent pace right now as this builds up into Tramonto. Now bring on the acceleration, going underneath the Red Bull sign. I'm pretty confident we're going to improve once again. Not like it really matters, of course practice doesn't really have an impact on the MotoE qualifying session. It's more about just getting yourself ready and poised and prepped for an E-pole session. But now onto the right hand side for 13, Nice and tight to the apex. Not quite, but near enough too. Hard on the brakes will go for the right-hander of Caro. We're up by a 1/10.5. Once again, this could be possibly an 0.8 of a second advantage, but it did just spin up the rear a little bit coming out of Caro. We have to pay attention to that one because that's a little bit too easy to do when you're in power setting 3. As we get on the left-hand side now for Misano for turn 16. This could well and truly be an 0.8 of a second gap to Mikel Pons in second position. Across the line we'll go, and it's another improvement, and now up by almost 0.8 of a second. So the end of the practice session, and Domi Egerter slots himself into second place. He's 6.5 of a second behind Grant, and Pons 7 behind. So now it's time for the E-pole session here in Misano. The rules are simple. You've got 1 lap on your own. You've got the entire track to yourself. Try and get the fastest time possible in this 1 lap sprint for the E-pole. So now onto the right-hand side for turn 3 for the Variante del Parco. How are we going to be up going into Rio and a little bit further on? Here we go into turn 4. Nice and loose on the brakes, pretty much going into the right-hander for turn 4. Another right-hander for turn 5. Nice movement on the machine there as we now go up by a 1/10.5 of a second already in the very, very early stages of this 4-sector lap. So pretty promising so far. 25% complete and we're already up by a 1/10 as we now brake very, very late for Quercia for turn 8. Ran it a little bit deep, but I think we're still going to be okay as we get the cutback going onto the wider part of the track to then get onto the left-hand side to then chuck it into the right-hand side for Tremonto. Up by 5.5 of a second. Are you kidding me? What a qualifying lap this will be if we can continue at this pace. So 50% complete, 0.5 of a second away from the man who's in second place, or lady, depending if it's Maria Herrera. But now onto the right-hand side for Cavone. Don't go wide. It's all right. We're still good. Our 100% of E-pole is still going to stay alive as we go on the right-hand side for 13. Now, all a bit eager on the acceleration. But now onto the right-hand side, up by a whopping 0.8 of a second. Goodness me. Oh, my Lord. As we get on the left-hand side now for 15, Misano's the final corner to tackle here in the track with the same name as that corner. Left-hand side will go sliding the rear a little bit into Misano. Bring on the acceleration. What is going to be the gap? How much of a gap are we going to take the E-pole? The checkered flag is out, and there it is. 1.1 seconds clear from Alessandro Zacconi. Terrific job. Another E-pole qualifying E-pole position. 6 in a row. But guys, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment and subscribe and hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single DrAce upload. Grand Prix will be tonight at 8 PM, so I will see you then. Thanks for watching as always, guys, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.